Good morning, everybody. Hello. Thank you for joining in this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. It is a rainy, cloudy, overcast day here in the Midwest of the United States. It is not a nice day. I think we've had more rain this spring than... Oh, my bear's not moving. Look at that face poor bear's making there. There he is. Gotta enable. I think we've had more rain this spring than I can ever remember. I've talked about it a few times. I coach soccer. I coach my kids' soccer teams, and we've had to cancel practice more this spring than I can ever remember. What I will also say is that where I live, we don't have like nice synthetic turf fields like a lot of communities have. They're talking about building some in my city, but it's probably going to be like 5 to 10 years before they actually do it. So my kids will probably be at the tail end of that, thinking about building something on my own, but that's another conversation. Let's look at the Nasdaq, what we got going on here. I was only talking about that because we're supposed to have practice tonight, and I think we might have to cancel it because it's just so nasty outside. If we had turf fields, we could play on them. Anyways, for all you non-soccer sports people out there, I'll stop talking about that. It's just what's on my mind this morning because I'm going to have to start calling around trying to find a place for us to practice. All right. Nico, I got your email, man. That was awesome to receive that. I was going to send you something back. But I didn't have enough time to. I was going to send you basically just like a holding reply saying that sounds awesome. Let's figure this out. But I can just tell you that in the chat. That sounds awesome. Let's figure this out. I'm going to send you another email. I'm going to send you a reply email after the live stream, probably early this afternoon. I'm assuming you're in Europe, so hopefully you're still around for that. All right, let's look at the Nasdaq. We got some stuff going on this week. Oh man, the Nasdaq, it cannot figure out. This is a gnarly week to trade, guys. I'm just going to tell you that right now. This is a difficult week to trade. We've got FOMC tomorrow. Well, today, let's see what we got today. I don't think we have any news coming out, any economic data coming out today. I'm not seeing anything coming out today this morning. So no economic data getting released this morning. So that's good to know. What we do have is we've got some earnings coming out this week. Again, we had earnings coming out last week. Now we've got some more earnings coming out today. I believe AMD is releasing earnings this afternoon. I'm just double checking on this. That's from last week. I'm just double checking earnings. Yeah, AMD is releasing this afternoon. I believe it's after the bell. That's the only real Nasdaq one that I'm seeing. So I don't know. If that has much to do with what we got going on. But just to keep in mind, AMD is not going to be like Google. It's not going to be like Amazon. It's not going to be any of those big guys. Yeah, I saw the factory order stuff. I don't think that's really going to. I don't think that stuff is going to impact markets. I don't think that's really going to be a big deal. Anyways, let's look at the technicals here. We'll pull up our daily chart. We've got a bullish candle from yesterday. Let's see here. We've got a bullish candle coming in yesterday. Yesterday was super difficult to trade. I did end up taking a couple of small scalps after we got the live stream. There were nothing to brag about. I didn't record them. Each was like for $100. So I managed to get myself above that 24,000 level on the account balance. If you're new to this, watching it, we're doing an Apex Trader $25,000 evaluation this week, just for fun. I passed a 50K one last week, the week before last, and I'm just waiting for that to get set up. I have to trade one more day on it to fulfill the 10-day trading requirements. So I'm just doing a 25K evaluation. Started it yesterday. We lost like $1,000 yesterday, $1,100 yesterday. It was tough to trade yesterday. There was a after the live stream, there was this move that should have gone down on a 5-minute chart. I mean, it was clearly supposed to go down. I took 2 quick shorts on it. Then I got in on it again, and I was going to hold it down. And man, it wasn't moving the way it should move. And I got out of it, and I just stopped trading. It was like it should have gone down. It didn't go down. So I just got out. But yesterday, a very nice bullish candle down here at the bottom here of the daily chart. We broke through, however, last week's previous low. I mean, it still looks pretty bearish, even though we got this bullish candle and some buying going on today. Technicals still look pretty bearish. We're in this down channel going on over here. We broke through last week's low, which to me, we broke through last week's low on a Monday. It's pretty bearish. I was like, Jesus, this thing's gonna flip and drop. But we got to bounce off of it. We already have broken yesterday's high in pre-market. I mean, the thing just looks flipping really difficult to trade. I would be really careful with it if you're trading. Again, we've got FOMC on Wednesday, and we have NFP on Friday. Non-farm payrolls are coming out on Friday. That's a big market mover. Market will move on Friday for sure. Friday would be a good opportunity, I think, to trade. Up until Friday, it's going to be some choppy shit mess, and I would just be careful of it if you're trading. You might be able to find some intraday technicals, but when I was trading it yesterday, it wasn't having that follow through that I'm used to the Nasdaq having, and it was just creating a whole choppy mess. Like it would break through a level, spike through it, and then spike way up, and then come way back down. And just taking traders out left and right with it, including myself. I had a tough time with it yesterday. So we're down at the bottom of this channel here on the daily. We're breaking higher. It's looking bullish on this thing for today. We can look over at a 4-hour. One thing I saw on the 4-hour when I was looking at this thing on my phone this morning when I woke up. Is it sad that the first thing I do when I wake up is I grab my phone and I open up a chart of the Nasdaq just to see what it's doing? Does anybody else do that? Is the first thing you do when you wake up just check on the price of the Nasdaq? It's sad. But we can see here on the 4-hour, we've got this pull down. We got through this support area and just bounced. So, anyways, I can see this level right here. I just drew it out with a red line. I'm not even sure what the price is on that. The 13,170-ish. 13,170. I think if we break that, we're going to come back up into this level somewhere. We can see this supporting trend line here that when we broke through, this is the trade I took on Friday, which was sweet. I love these setups. When we're in this downtrend and you get this nice counter trend, and then we get, usually when it breaks so hard to the downside. I flipping love it when this thing is dropping like this. These are great opportunities. Right here, this thing probably wants to break through this resistance level and it's going to want to come to 13,400, possibly 13,500. It would just need a little bit of news, a little bit of fundamentals to send it up that way. So that's kind of what I'm seeing today. Kind of a move to the upside. Now, I could be wrong. I don't want anybody copying this trade or taking these trades. I'm just telling you what I see, my opinion. And clearly I am wrong, like for yesterday. So, you need to trade your own thing, trade your own style. But I'm seeing this just as a technical thing that if we get through this level, it may come up, spike through, come back down, come back up. So when we're trading futures, the drawdown can really kill us. So we just need to be careful of that. But I would need it to break this level in order for me to get bullish on it. Yesterday was, I don't need to go too much into what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a shit show. We'll just talk about today. Yeah, so I'm seeing that as a possible trade setup, price moving in here. I need to be careful with my entries because I only have about $700 of drawdown left on this account thing before I blow it. So let's, if I blow it today, guys, don't feel sorry for me. I am trading this. The $75 I spent on the evaluation is water under the bridge. I don't even think about it. And if I waste 2 days, I wouldn't say waste, but if I trade 2 days, 2 days on it and I lose this, it's not that big of a deal. The frustration comes in is when you're trying to trade this thing super conservatively and you're trading it really regularly for like, 2 weeks or something, and you're building it up, and you're being super good with it and, following your rules and taking your stops. And then one trade comes through and you have a mental fart and you blow the account after like 2 or 3 weeks of work, or God forbid you get the funded account and you do 2 or 3 weeks of work building it up, and then you make one mental error adding to a loser. Like yesterday, I got into that trade. If anybody's on the live stream, I tried shorting the thing and it ripped up to session highs. I did manage to get out, so I still have the account, but if I didn't cut that loser quickly, that would have clearly been a blown account. And it's so easy to do that when you trade these futures. It's so hard sometimes when you've been on a good winning streak to all of a sudden have to switch over to the losing end of it when the market conditions are just shifting on you. They're changing on you. You're not in sync with it anymore, and it happens. It just happens. The market, some people are probably trading that market really well because those market conditions fit their trading. And for you, you're trading horribly because the markets change. What I will say is when I see things like that, like this was yesterday, when I see things like that, it tells me that stuff is changing, and for me to maybe sit back and just watch it for a while and see what's going on. I took a short. I can't remember where my short was. I don't know, whatever. But sometimes I can also signal a reversal, particularly like when you get breaks to the downside. Like we've been in a bearish trend and we get a break to the downside with no follow through, and then we come up and hit new highs on the session. That could signal that we're hitting some sort of bottom here, and that it'll move up. Or that we're starting to reverse a little bit. I remember when I first started trading, I read a ton of books on trading, and one of the books I read was always talking about reversals and how reversals take a little bit of time. The Nasdaq, I don't know. Nasdaq can move pretty quick, but it was talking more about, I remember the book was like, it's not gonna, reversals will go like this, and then it'll start to change. Or if we're going this big uptrend, it'll start to come down. And sometimes you get caught in that chop of the reversal where it's going down, but we're getting those pullbacks back up, and then it's coming down. And so when it starts to get real choppy, that signals that markets may be thinking about moving the opposite way. And I see that a little bit here. I mean, we can see this consolidation that we had coming in. This was Sunday night, Monday morning, coming in, and then it looked like we were going to fall down over here, break in pre-market. Was this pre-market? I don't know. Breaking session lows, moving lower, and then look at this thing. Rips up. So, yeah, PD Legend, I agree. That's why I said that with some hesitation, because I feel like the Nasdaq is like the crazy cousin that just kind of does what it wants to do and can move very quickly. It's not like turning the Titanic. The Nasdaq just turns on a dime and goes the other way. But one thing I'm seeing here on the hourly, just a classic trading setup, a ton of volume, ton of buying coming through on this. Move up, a pullback, counter trend line, breaking that trend line, closing above it. You would think this thing would want to come up into here. You could, I think that if we broke this high, this red line that we drew out over there on the 4-hour chart, I think this pocket would move through pretty quickly up to 13,250. And that's pretty about 50 points in there somewhere probably. And now this might pinch in down to 200-ish, but I don't know. I guess if you were really convinced on this setup here, you could take half a position down here, the back end of this trend line plus VWAP, and then maybe try to take it up. I don't know. I can't bring myself to buy this thing these days, but it does look bullish right now. We've got this nice bullish pattern. People might call it a bull flag. I don't know. You can call it whatever you want, but it's just simple. Big move up, pull back, then you would expect that continuation. And if we couple that with being green on the morning already, positive delta coming in, we're right above VWAP. I mean, it looks like maybe that move is on the table. I Thing is, I don't really want to buy it because I feel like the overall pressure is to the downside. We're just kind of getting some relief here. And I also don't want to short it because I got burned shorting it yesterday. Now, if I was looking to short it, a place that I'd be looking to where I think would become bearish is if we fell back into this high volume node down here. So I might be looking at that. But today may just be like a quick scalp just to check today as a trading day on this thing. And I don't know. I don't like the way it was moving yesterday. With FOMC tomorrow, this thing's going to be pretty gnarly. I mean, now we're breaking lower, and like yesterday, see, normally I would short that, right? You know, I'd be shorting the break of something, you know, of consolidation. I don't know about that. This actually looks like in a down channel. You can maybe but you know, and then it was doing this yesterday, and there was just no follow through, and then it would come through, break support, and then just whip up. And it was really hard to trade it. We've got our Wiseman fractal indicator still up over here. I haven't been using it, and I honestly just don't know why I have it up, but I'm just kind of monitoring it to see how these things generate. I mean, this is interesting. This is interesting to me how this is clearly a bearish candle on the 5-minute. We break lower, and what happens? It rips up. To me, that's a really bullish sign that we got a very clear bearish signal, particularly on a 5-minute. We pin through the 20 SMA, bearish reversal bar, and our boy Bill Williams has given us a bearish signal as well, and we rip to the upside. So again, for me, when price should go down and it doesn't go down, when all signs are pointing to the, you know, it's got lots of opportunities to go down and it doesn't, to me that's a bullish sign. And you know, to really watch them, we're dropping here. I'm not going to trade anything pre-market, but that's kind of how I'm seeing it this morning. So I don't know. FOMC tomorrow, guys. It's tough. It's going to be a big one. You know, it's going to be a big one. Our boy JP has said they want to get more hawkish on it. I think if he says anything even slightly dovish, anything that's like, well, we're curbing inflation faster than we thought, and maybe we don't have to raise it so quickly, it will send the markets skyrocketing, I think. But I think over the next few months, you know, Nasdaq's got 12,000 in its sights. Dream Oracle, is that a question? So this Wiseman fractal thing is a little counterintuitive because you would think that this would be a buy signal. The green arrow, it's actually a sell signal. The green arrows up are sell signals, and the red arrows down are buy signals. You're supposed to trade the breakouts of those fractals. If it's a green arrow, you buy it if it breaks that level. I don't know. It's a buy if green, if only if broken. Okay. So this one up here would be a buy if broken. This here would be a sell. I don't know. This here would be a sell. Sell. This, okay. I'll take your word for it, man. I didn't invent the thing. I just got like 5 emails from NinjaTrader about it. And I've never gotten really emails from NinjaTrader about indicators before, and then I got a bunch of them about this one. It's a free indicator. I mean, it's in there. They're really pushing it for some reason, so I was like, well, I'll try it. We had a lengthy discussion about this on Friday as well, so I won't harp on it too much. I may even take it off because I don't even use it. I don't want anybody thinking that they should be looking at that. I'm just kind of observing it, taking notes. Market's just opened. Market just opened. So Dream Oracle, do you trade with the Wiseman Fractal in the past? How did you find it? Did you find it useful? She dropping. There's a lot of people who bought this break of this trend line are like, nope. Getting out. You can see how it broke that, closed above it. A nice bullish candle. And now it's just breaking down. Sorry, my phone's exploding. Moving down aggressively. I thought about shorting it over here when we saw price breaking lower and Delta was moving lower. Man, I only got $700 to play with today, guys. Only $700 to play with. And I ain't playing with it. I gotta take some scalps and base hits today, boys. Man, it's dropping now. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it, but I've said it before on the live stream. I am long some S triple Qs. So when this thing drops, there's a little bit of me that gets excited. But you have to kind of put that aside. It's the same thing as I also have some stocks that I'm long on. So when I see this thing drop, I'm like, crap, I'm holding on to them. I mean, I'm holding on to them long term. I'm not going to sell them for a loss now when the market's going to be at all-time highs in a few years. I made that mistake during COVID crash. So I've told this story before. I traded the COVID. That's how I really got into futures trading, was during COVID crash, and I shorted the shit out of the market during COVID. I bought a ton of yen and shorted the market like crazy. And then I got hooked, of course. And but when it was moving up, I don't even know if I have it up on my daily chart. I bought S&P 500 at like 2,500. Can I pull up an S&P 500 chart? I still remember when I bought the S&P 500 at like 2,500, I think it was, during COVID. And now it's trading at 4,100. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm telling you the right price that I bought it at. I'm going to look up at an S&P 500 chart. Anyways, it dropped on me a little bit, and I was like, oh man, we're retesting lows. Oh, we're retesting lows. I need to get out, and I'll get back in later. And you know what I did? I never got back in. I took the loss on that trade, and I never got back in. And I've learned my lesson from that. The market will recover. It's the same thing. It's like when the market goes down, I'm not clearing out my 401k. I'm not clearing out my kids' college savings funds. You withstand that longer term drawdown. You're also not trading a margin and leverage or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's a different scenario, different setup than trading intraday futures. Sure. Oh, where are you, COVID crash? Oh, here you are. Yeah, yep, that's right. Look at COVID here. I'll pull this. I'm not trading. I'm gonna let this thing move around for a second, see what it wants to do. But look over here. This is a daily chart on S&P 500 during COVID. During COVID was over here. Oh, it's like, see ya. I remember I had like a sell stop order. It was at night. Trump was going to give a speech at night. And this was the speech when he closed air travel to Europe. Do you remember that? And I had to sell stop during that speech, and the price, I don't know exactly where it was or what day it was, and price just tanked down through it that night. Awesome. I mean, it was awesome for that, but it was not awesome for everybody else, which you feel horrible about, right? But the only saving grace is that, you know, the market clearly recovered from all that selling. But I remember I bought it somewhere down here on 2,500. It might have been here in this consolidation cluster thing. See if I can. Again, guys, I'm just letting this thing move around. I need to I don't want to get caught in the chop on the open. Let's look over it. Oops. Where are you? Here. I bet it was over here. I bought it. I bet there was this trend line like this, and then we saw this breakout, and yeah, it was like at 2,500. I bought it here, and then I saw a break lower, and I closed out here, probably, and then it's just ripped up since then. And I have learned my lesson. So I bought it here. I took a loss down here with the anticipation that I would get back in. I didn't have the guts to get back in and take another loss because Bill Ackman and Ackman or whoever, Jim Cramer, everybody was talking about price coming down and retesting the lows. And guess what? It never came down and retested the lows. It just shot up nearly 100%. So I learned my lesson on that. May go sideways for the rest of the year. Maybe. I saw somebody, look at Delta moving lower here. This looks like a short, like you want to short it, but I can't withstand this drawdown. It'll blow my account if we break this high and we move back up here. But we can see on this how we had, actually, I'm going to discount this trend line. I'm going to take that off. But look how Delta broke lower on here. See this? Broke lower. It looks like it's going to go. This is what it was doing to me yesterday. It looks like it's going to go. And what happens? We break support or break resistance, and you endure a massive drawdown. Looks like it should drop here. Yeah, I know Bill Ackman was doing that. Yep. I 100% know he was doing that. He made a killing, total market manipulation. That's why when he comes out now and says anything, I'm like, I'm going to do the opposite of what he does. Although I think now it's I don't know, he lost a shit ton on sorry for all my bad words. He lost a bunch of money on Netflix. So see, now we're dropping down. But this is what I'm talking about. When you're trading futures, this looked like it was going to go. Delta's dropping. You take your short here, and then look what happens. You gotta take your stop here, or take your stop here, or take your stop above 50. You just gotta take your stop, and then what does it do? Drops lower. And this is what it was doing yesterday, just chopping me up in it. So the way to really trade this thing is to, short the extremes. You got to really fight for price. And the way that I typically trade, if anyone's watched, I trade breakouts. So I trade the break of support and resistance, and I really trade those quick movements. And in market conditions like this, I'm just not getting those quick movements. So like here, if I was looking to buy, I would probably want to buy up at 31, like at the break of this, and then take it back up here. So I'd be looking to buy like right there at 31, and then let's see what it does. See if it gets the follow through, and then we're coming back down. May get that follow through. It's probably gonna want to come up to 60 again. I don't know. But here you get nervous. You're like, shit, we broke the previous candle's low. Point of control is coming in right there. Now you gotta stop. You get stopped out right there. It's 15 points like that. On that, you gotta take it. And now look at it. Now it's popping back up. He was being threatened to sue. You should see I remember. You should watch the old. So this was back in like the late 2000s. That's telling you my age, but during the late 2000s, during the whole housing market crash, Jim Cramer. There's a really interesting YouTube video of Jim Cramer and Jon Stewart. Jim Cramer got absolutely destroyed by Jon Stewart on The Daily Show for that same thing, going on the network television, telling everybody to buy stocks and everything. And there was that big crash, and they found these old videos of Jim Cramer basically admitting to, getting on TV to manipulate people to buy certain stocks and things. See if I can copy link address. This is not to YouTube, so here's oops. That's a Comedy Central one. Yeah, man, hit the like button for the bear. But I found that to be an interesting, a revealing interview. And Jon Stewart, Jon Stewart, when he was on The Daily Show, was like the champion of the people. Or that's how he came across anyway. This looks like it's going to drop. Look at this. It looks like it's going to drop. Look at Delta moving lower. Oh, I was getting all this shit yesterday. Just getting chopped up yesterday. I just can't bring myself to do it again today. Yeah, guys, hit that like button. Can we get 50 likes? 50 likes. I think I got over 100 likes yesterday, which was awesome. But you can check out that video this afternoon when you're done trading. So the place you would probably want to try to short it, we can see these nice long wicks over here on the 1 minute. We're also getting some wicks to the downside though. It looks like, you know, it'll be interesting to see where this hourly candle closes. If we close below the 20 SMA, I mean, I was doing that yesterday and it wasn't working. So again, I would be really looking to take a short if we move back into this high volume node. This LVN, this low volume node over here on the weekly volume profile, is acting as a little bit of support. You can see that right there. We've also got the value area high. So I think if we got through these levels below 12,950, it would open up this area for sure, the bottom of the band here on the 1 hour. So I would be looking to maybe, I'd be interested in a short position below 12,950, maybe somewhere, here-ish. Oops, I was supposed to draw on there. You can draw a red line. So, you want to know why it's not working? Because I'm hitting the right click button. Somewhere over here, I think. And I think this, it would be an interesting trade to take into this area. But it's at a level of support right here, so I don't want to short it. But, we're clearly making lower highs and lower lows on the open, so forming a little bit of a wedge here. Using a little bit of a wedge here. See that? Oh, on this small time frame, I don't know really how valid that is. Hitting the 20 SMA. Oh man, that was a good short up there. I just saw it. I'm drawing my stupid little shape. I just missed the short. This is a good short up here. You get this move up to the value area low, bearish candle, take a scalp down to value area low. This is a pretty short, small. Well, it's 30 points. Now we're moving higher. Oh, almost 50 likes, guys. Can we get 50 likes? I haven't even really looked at the chat a little bit. I glance over every once in a while. Good morning to everybody. Zero, Justin, you guys are always usually the first ones in here. I appreciate that. What's up, Lennon? Hey, David. Hey, Jeff. Nico, thanks again for that email, man. I'm going to get back to you after the live stream. SW Blaze, what's up? Shriram, good morning. Manish, morning. PD Legend, as always, thanks for joining. Andre, good to see you again, man. Vernon, what's up? Hope your trades are going well. Always enjoy watching your videos. Hey, Verinder. Good to see you again. I love the positivity Verinder brings. It's awesome. Diego, what's up, man? We Win Trades. What's up? Hey, David. I already said good morning to you. I don't know. Dream Oracle, thanks for the tips on the Wiseman fractal thing. I'm not an expert on it. I'm not endorsing it. I just put it up because Ninja Trader will not stop bugging me about it. Airbank, what's up? Difficult day. Hopefully today. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. It's the way it goes. You can't think it's like the end or anything. I mean, it's just, a red day. Who cares? I went into a long spiel yesterday about detaching yourself from your P&L. And one of the things that's most challenging about these trader evaluations, while they're great because you trade relatively, risk-free, just whatever you pay for the evaluation, you can control your risk really easy that way, right? It's like you already put your money in. That money's gone, it's gone. The only thing you're really risking now is your time and mental health, to be honest. Now we're breaking to the downside here. We had this break up. Now we're breaking down. Look at Delta dropping lower. I would short it here, but I have no flipping drawdown to endure any sort. I have no cash to endure any drawdown. I only have $700. What was I going to say? The evaluations. You got to learn to detach yourself from the P&L, from the account size, from whatever you're making on it. And the red days and all that, just detach from it. Don't worry about it. Just worry on the trading, and that's how you'll get better. But when you do these evaluations, you're so attached to the P&L because you're trying to reach that goal, right? You're trying to reach that, in this case, $1,500 or $3,000 or whatever it might be. you get so attached to it. And I remember when I first started doing them, we're right at this area. This looks so bearish, but look, guys, I'm not going to short it right here because we're coming into this value area, a high, low volume node again below 50. I'd be interested in shorting it. It's got about 25 more points to go. And so psychologically, it's very difficult to trade one of these because you're just constantly watching that P&L, and it's really not a good way to do it. Sorry, I took a big old sip of my coffee there. I hope that didn't annoy anyone too much. Yeah, the Wiseman short signal. So Dream Oracle is telling us that when this breaks, that's actually the signal to take. So you got this buy signal here on the Wiseman fractal, and as it breaks that, that's actually telling you like, okay, that's the signal. I don't know, because when I read the article over on NinjaTrader, they were saying that this was the buy. This was actually a buy signal. So I don't know. Yeah, I should probably trade micros, Dream Oracle. I should probably trade micros. My thing is that I would not trade. I'd have to put a micro chart up here on the live stream, and I think that would be too much info going on for folks. Could use it either way. Yeah. Hey, Ballin' Too Hard, what's up, man? Hey, Todd. Good morning. Yes, 78687. Thanks for the thumbs up, man. Justin. Oh, you're trading on a sim. Bummer. That's the way it goes. See, that's what I'm talking about. We're all like, aren't we all sim trade millionaires? And then you get to a live account and you're just like, don't know how to function. It's like you get to, especially when you've been trading. This looks like it might want to roll down. This is kind of a setup I like to look for. A lot of selling, weaker buying. This trend line, you break that trend line, move down. But look, we're bouncing off of this LVN, low volume node. Again, below 48, I might be interested in taking a short down to the bottom of the band there in the 1 hour, if I can endure the drawdown. Fear sets in. That's right. Ninja. Wah! Wah, 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 wah. Bouncing off that LVN, taking out shorts. So yeah, I would just reiterate, be careful trading this week. If you're thinking about doing an evaluation, I would either trade really light this week, meaning like trade a micro to count each day as a trading day. And you could maybe trade Friday more aggressively, but or maybe even Thursday and Friday more aggressively. But I think today and tomorrow is going to be tough. Very bearish signal on the 1 minute there. We're breaking that trend line to the downside. Are we going to get the follow through? Looking for that break of 50. I'm thinking of shorting it, but I'm just not allowing myself to do it. I'm holding on. No follow through on that. Support's holding. See, this is what I'm talking about. This should have broke. This should have gone. And it just didn't. And now it probably will. So, very difficult, guys. Difficult for me. I'm sure other people out there are having a lot better time. Sorry, I'm looking at something else here. Just being quiet. You can hear me banging away on my keyboard. Oh, we're moving higher. You getting that short down there? This is the same trade that killed me yesterday. The exact same trade. Right? Selling, breaking support, coming down, pull back, breaking that trend line. I'm bearish volume, ripping higher. This is the exact same trade as yesterday, right? You guys remember this? It was the worst. It's the worst. Appreciate everybody watching. I got 113 guys in here. Do you guys know the first time I live streamed? Know how many people I had in there? Two. I had 2 people in there. I think Cesaric might have been one. I don't know if Cesaric's in here today. And there was somebody else who I can't remember. Should really remember. Gosh, I even remember. I used to remember my first subscriber. So for anybody who's new to this channel, I started this channel as just like on the whim, like on a whim. Like I had thought about it, but one day I was just like, ugh, I'm gonna start recording some of my trades, and I'm gonna put them up on YouTube. And I'm not gonna tell anybody about it. Nobody's gonna know about it. And I didn't tell anybody about it. And it's the weirdest thing when you put a video up on YouTube and you get like no view, 0 views, 0 views, you know, 0, 0, 0 views, and then all of a sudden you get like 2 views one day. It's like you literally think like, who is watching this? You know, and then I got 6 views. I think like my first I remember like my first video, my first like what am I trying to say? Like not greatest hits, but my most popular video had like 32 views. I was like, wow, that's just incredible. That, you know, I haven't told anybody, no friends, no family, nobody knows about this channel. The only people that know about it are people that find it on YouTube and find it useful and subscribe to it. And so it's cool to see now some of the videos, you know, getting over like 1,000 views. I mean, this is 100% organic. So if you're watching this and you found it, thank you for tuning in, giving it a shot. There's been no like cross promotion, no other avenues of marketing this thing. Although hopefully Nico's gonna help me out with that. So what we can see is sometimes if you get kind of lost in what's going on with the charts, just drawing some trend lines might give you some framework to work with here. We can see that we're in this bearish downtrend on the day. Now breaking a little bit to the upside. I think VWAP is going to be big resistance for it. We're getting these support. So we've got, I need like a glossary of terms to use more appropriately. We've got this bearish down channel. Within that down channel, we've got little up channels. You can see them, right? So as these up channels break, we're coming down, testing these lows again. But now we've broken to the upside. I'm not totally convinced that that's really that great of a move, particularly because we've got cumulative delta dropping lower as prices up here. Seems to me like there might be some shorts coming in up at this price. We've got delta. Get this thing off my screen. Delta moving lower. Up at VWAP. And guys, I gotta just scalp this thing today. I've got to make some money back on this account, so bear with me. But this looks like a good place to short it. Getting that move back up. Now, like what we said before, and then we're getting these trend lines to the downside. We can see how this trend line held. See how that held? I think there would be probably another. This thing just looks like it's gonna fall here. As this support breaks, I may get back into it with the anticipation of getting out probably down here at 09. Let's see. I get a bearish candle on this. Do not copy my trades. I'm not doing this for you to copy my trades. I'm taking that off. I took that off because I saw down here the 20 SMA on the 1 minute. You should not copy any of my trades. I'm not doing this for people to copy. Hey Boris, what's up, man? So I have to go in and do this. Now we've broken to the upside on this thing. I don't see Delta moving along with it. I wouldn't be buying it here. I don't see really Delta moving up with it, even though we've now broken out of this down channel. That's why you're seeing all that volume coming through on it. We had 1, 2, 3 touches on that trend line. The more touches you have on a trend line, the more valid it is. Came up to VWAP. I guess if you're bullish on it, you could have bought the bottom of this trend line. We took a short as price was moving lower and Delta was dropping. I would have expected this thing to really fall. Looking at how Delta what was I gonna say? How Delta moved lower. Sorry, over here. Delta moved lower, broke new lows. We're hit VWAP. Delta's moving, making new lower. I mean, this thing looked like it should have just tanked. And now look, we broke highs, and now it's coming back down. This is the chop, 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 chop. Thanks, Boris. I appreciate that. I didn't say it already. Where did I learn to speak, Hans? I don't know. From the world. Oh, you're talking about the bear? That's fun. Yeah, the bear. The bear talks. I forgot. Sometimes I forget that I got the bear thing over there. So PD Legend on Apex, you've got to be actively trading. You're not required to take a withdrawal on it, but you've got to be actively trading on it. I think it's 25 days a month or something like that for the first couple months. I mean, look, listen, these guys are you're a liability for them until, you know, if you really start being profitable for them, you're a liability. Like they're hoping that they're counting on you not being able to sustain your account. It is very difficult to sustain these for long periods of time. Intraday trading like this, the drawdown absolutely kills you. You know, it's like you can get the direction right, but you can't withstand the drawdown. So it's just the way that it goes. Trading micros is a good strategy, I think. You know, some people call it stacking micros. Also realizing that every day is not going to be, you know, fireworks, grand slam, $1,000 a day. I mean, you take an $80 day. If there ain't a trade, there ain't a trade for you. And also knowing when the market conditions aren't right. You know, it made $80 here. Made $80 here. Today was counted as a trading day. And, you know, yeah, I lost $1,000 yesterday, but I made like $6,000 on Friday on a much cleaner move that was more in my style. I mean, I love this trade on a 4-hour right here. Now, and even just looking at the 4-hour, now we're coming up to that level that we talked about this morning. This 13,168. This is just I mean, this looks like a very bullish pattern. So this is how we can use higher time frames, right? This is a good example of how we use lower and higher time frames. Lower time on a higher time frame, I'm sorry, the 4-hour, this looks very bullish. We have this nice bullish candle that just now closed. All right, so we have 4 hours left on this. So this one just opened. Very bullish candle in the 4 hour. We've got this level up here of resistance. I like saying that in French accent if anyone's ever watched this. If price breaks this, the trade is to take it up here. The trade is that price will get sucked into the upper band on the 4 hour, this area of resistance, and the back end of this trend line. This whole area up here will be massive resistance for it, coupled with the downtrend line, which we just revealed. This downtrend line. All right, so this is how we can use technical analysis. This is going to be a big area of resistance. I may add to my SQQQ trade up here if price wants to get up there. You may see it poke through here, right? Now, if price can get up through this, breaks the resistance, it may want to continue to move up that way, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. Oh, there was some economic data that came out. What was it? 9. Factory orders were up. That's kind of what you're seeing coming out right now. I use this Forex calendar for my Forex trading days. Oops, my Forex trading days. Right there, factory orders came out at 9, printed green. So that's probably the reaction we're seeing there. But I didn't think that would actually have much of an impact on the Nasdaq. I think that would be more of the Dow, but the Nasdaq is correlated with the Dow. The Dow didn't really react to that at all, to be honest. ES is at broke session highs. So did this guy. You can see it over here. I like to trade the ES on a 2000 tick chart. Oh, this is a 5-minute. Where's my? Oh, there it is. My 2000 tick. Looks bullish. Looks like it's gonna break. I don't know. I don't trade the ES enough to really opine on its intraday movements. It looks like it would want to break this level that it's hit, 41.65. It's hit 6 times and hasn't gotten through. You would suspect that if it did get through, that it would pop up to 69. There could be 4 points in there for you. That 4 points in there for you. I don't want to trade it. Last time I traded the S&P, the ES, I lost. That was on a live stream, I think, 2 weeks ago. But I like to keep it up, and I know a lot of people trade it, so I look at it every once in a while. See that it's rejected these levels up here. What was resistance, no French accent, which was resistance, now might be acting as support. Technical analysis. But no. I think that if it did get up, I'm looking at the ES over here now, guys, not the Nasdaq. Might see a move up there. Sure, we can all see that pocket. Nope, it broke through. It broke through. Is it going to break out or is it a false breakout? You can see a low volume node forming right there. That's a nice sign as it broke through that this may continue to act as support. But maybe it doesn't. I'd be getting nervous right here on that candle. No follow through. There it goes. Why didn't I trade that? You'll notice that lots of times I don't trade the setups that I point out. Yeah, daily effect. So big DJ daily daily FX has had one. There's a bunch of them. Bloomberg's got one. Market Watch has got one. I just use the whatever one I just pulled up because it's like saved in my browser. So as soon as I hit F, it comes up right away, and I've used it for years. So. Went long at 656 with the fractal. Nice. You went long at 656. What is 656? Oh, you're on a different time zone. So you are, that's what that is. So you're 2 hours behind us. On the West Coast? West Coast, Tom? Massive bullish candle there in the 1 hour. I don't feel the pressure to and now you're out. Nice. I don't feel the pressure to trade because I've already taken my trade for today. Again, this is an evaluation account through Apex Trader. Arizona. I love Arizona. Is so cool. I was in Arizona a couple months ago. January I was in Arizona. That's longer than a couple months ago. So nice. Went to Sedona. So nice out there. So I'm doing the Apex Trader thing. Again, this week is going to be tricky to trade. I would probably just look to be doing a small trade today, small trade tomorrow, and not getting too caught up in it. It's just with FOMC and NFP coming out on Friday, it's going to be tough to trade. I've got a nifty galifty discount code. Where is it? Here it is. 50% off any Apex Trader valuation. Nah, it doesn't. I'm used to it. ApexTraderFunding.com, 50% off. I forget you guys can't see all of my screens. So if you go to ApexTraderFunding.com, you get 50% off any of their evaluations using that coupon code. If you're interested in doing one of these, now we're coming down. Getting some relief. Look at Delta. Delta is negative 2,000. Man, what a crazy day. What a crazy day. You think this big move up was just on the economic news? Just an impulse up, and now it's coming back down? Remember, we had some economic data come up. Economic data come out at 9, where we saw this big impulse up right here at 9, and now maybe price is resuming its downtrend. Root is sideways. I was watching your videos yesterday. In a video, you mentioned you cleared your data. How do you do that? Was it for chart messing up issues? No, I was having issues with connecting to Rhythmic in the morning through Apex. And the troubleshooting that I got from them was to go in and clear my database. In NinjaTrader, you go to Tools. I'm looking over at my thing. Tools. So you Tools, then click on Database Management. Then you're going to come, I guess I can pull this over here. Then you come over here. So you go to Tools in your Control Center, go to Database Management. Now you're in Database. You come down to Reset Database, and then you hit Reset. Now that's going to clear out all of your previous orders. It's going to, you're not going to be able to run your trade performance reports or anything like that from your, previous trades. Everything will still work. It'll just clear out your databases, which is annoying, but not as annoying as having data connection issues. Are you into crypto? I have traded crypto before. I have traded it. I don't day trade it. Crypto, I've been watching crypto. I'm flat on all crypto at the moment. I've been watching it. I think it's been chopping around for a few months now, several months now, and it's just tearing up traders in that whole process, and everybody's trying to figure out which way it's going. And it's just been very difficult, I think, to trade it. I would probably wait for it to start trending or wait for it to really crash. Like when I see CNN run a headline of, Bitcoin going to zero, Bitcoin's worthless now, that's when I would be interested in buying crypto again. I feel like right now you just get chopped up on it. So, and that's just the way I trade crypto. Other people might be more actively trading it. I do not actively trade it. I typically buy it and then hold it. So I remember when crypto was at 10,000. Crypto. When Bitcoin was at like 6,500 and they were talking about it going, that's when I bought Bitcoin. And then I bought Ethereum. I thought Ethereum was more. Ethereum at that time was at like $650, I think, or 680 or something. And they were talking about, the death of cryptocurrencies, all that stuff. Whenever I hear that, I'm like, okay, now we're getting oversold. And it's looking like we might be able to find some opportunities with it. I'm wondering if this support level breaks, we're going to want to get this moved down to like 12-ish. Again, we're not getting those follow-throughs that I like. Like, really, the momentum isn't there with it. But I would hope that this is going to be a quick move down to the bottom of the band here on the 13. Down on the 13, down on the 1 minute. A lot of hesitation though. I'm gonna take it off. I don't like this hesitation. How we're like, maybe we're gonna go, maybe we're not. I don't know, maybe thinking about it. I want to see quick moves. I want to see some quick moves in there, guys. Now it pops up. See, this is what's happened to me yesterday. My normal trading stuff ain't working. Yeah, James, that's right. There's a lot, all that talk about, the Fed trying to kill crypto trading, particularly active trading. I think the Fed in general is trying to kill a lot of retail trading, and they're instead of outright making it illegal or trying to seem like they're putting too much regulation on it, they're just making it very difficult for retail traders to really growing the community. You know what I mean? So I think you're seeing like a crackdown on, the FTC, the thing with Warrior Trading came out, and I read some of the press releases that the FTC released around Warrior Trading, and I thought it was just too like them taking a victory lap. Like, we crushed a business, retail trading education business, good for us. I don't feel like that's good for them, and or good for anybody particularly. I think that grown adults can decide what to do with their money one way or the other. Now, you don't want to be making false claims and then selling somebody products like, we guarantee you'll be a millionaire in 2 years. That's not true. But Warrior Trading got fined by the FTC. I see this break that I was going to get in on. This thing should have tanked. I mean, this thing's got room on the volume profile. It's got room on the 1 minute band. This is the same thing that was happening to me yesterday, and it pops up. So I'm glad I didn't take that trade. Yeah, he's still trading. I mean, so the FTC fined Warrior Trading for making false claims about their education programs or deceiving clients. Essentially, selling a rich lifestyle that you'll be able to become rich off of day trading, and then clients were failing. Because day trading's super hard. You have to do it for years to get decent at it. And Ross Cameron, all of his on Warrior Trading, he trades stocks. I swing trade stocks, so I'll hold stocks for a longer period of time. But I don't intraday trade stocks. Rarely I do, unless something's like in the news where I feel like I can really capitalize on something. God, now we're breaking lower. This is what I'm talking about, guys. We get the break to the downside, we rip up, you get stopped out here, and then we come down. What a pain in my ass. So the FCC fined him $3 million, right? He's still trading every day. It didn't kill his business. He's still trading every day, and he makes a ton of money from trading. I mean, he can absorb it. He now just has a lot more lengthy disclaimers, but he's still in it. That's exactly right. It's a cost of business. But to me, that is the federal government, the Fed, whatever it is, FTC, SEC, whoever coming in, not liking, not wanting to share, to play with others in the game, the trading game. We can see here we had this down channel this morning. One interesting thing to note: we had this trend line. Now we see, look how price is coming down, back down to that trend line and the value area low, big area of confluence here. For it now, will price break this and then continue the downward trend? I don't know, or is it going to find some support here and we break this trend line and move up? Let's see what happens. Yeah, Stealth. Any day, any trade counts as an active trading day. So like I passed that 50K a couple weeks ago, and I'm just trading a micro micro contract each day, each size. You know what that tells me? Time is for a coffee break. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a coffee break. Man, this thing is just choppy again today. I may just do this $80 and just call it a day. Tomorrow's FOMC. I don't know. Let's see what happens with it. I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Coffee break. Back in 5 minutes. I hope you guys have a chance to go fill up your mugs, and let me know if you guys have taken any trades this morning. Let me know if you've taken any trades and how it's going or what your thoughts are on this thing. I'll be right back. What's up, everybody? I don't know if that was even 5 minutes. Bring the Russell. Nice. Nice, nice. I don't know if I've ever taken a trade on the Russell, to be honest. I have traded the Dow, the YM, and obviously the ES and the NQ. I may have even taken a trade on the yen futures contract. And boy, that thing is slow. Oh, guys, I'm sorry this isn't more exciting for you. It's the reality some days. Look over here on the 4-hour, we can see we're just in this kind of range. Daily. Man, what if today closes like this? I don't think it will. I mean, it might. Close like. Still think it may want to come up to this level at some point, but it's not looking like it today, is it? Yeah, Russell. Yeah, sorry, Russell. I was going to call you Russell. You're not Russell. You're 90 bit even. Yeah. The Russell did seem, I remember the Russell did seem a little crazy. I just don't know how it moves. Like, I kind of know how the Nasdaq moves. I'm a big advocate of just trading one asset intraday. You can trade other things, I think, on fundamentals and then use technical analysis to try to get a pretty good price. But when you're trading something intraday on a lot of leverage, you want to, really get those entries and exits right. So I'm big on just kind of following one thing. Like before, when I was going to get into this short, which still looks like a good short, still looks like a good short on it. As we broke this support, we were coming back into this high volume node. You would expected price. We had room on the band over here to drop, right? That to me looked like a great trade. I didn't take it on this hesitation. It was hesitating too much for me on that, and I'm glad I didn't because it would have ripped up. I would have gotten stopped out up here. I really should have got stopped out here, but knowing me, I probably would have held it up to here, or I would have, blown the 25K account because I'm a human being and I still have a hard time taking losses. But I should have get stopped out here, shorted here, got stopped out here for 15 points. Looks like probably a 15-point loss or so. Only for it then to reverse and come back down, it's tough. It's tough. Hey, Jojo. Yeah, no, I know. I'm going to take it slow. It's just, I don't know what to do with this. It's choppy. It's choppy. We're up or down. I guess you could range trade it. You maybe want to try to buy it down here. I don't know. And then it only breaks and drops out of the sky. It's not really the way that I trade. So falling too hard, you get caught in the chop. It's easy to get caught in the chop on this. I mean, look at that. It looks like we're going to, although I will say, just looking at the technicals on it, this back of this trend line's holding. You buy the break on it. I'm a breakout. I hate to admit it. I have a confession. I trade breakouts. I'm not a range trader. I typically don't buy at support and resistance like you probably should. I don't know. I typically, although as I look over here at the 1 hour chart, we're coming up to the 20 SMA on the 1 hour chart now. Up there at 70. It's just looking so choppy. Look how bullish this candle looks. Break higher. You expect that continuation to then break this. for it to come up. And what do? Nothing. I mean, we don't, we fail. Come down. Okay, we failed. Great. Continuation? No. There's no continuation on it. Now we look like we're coming back up. We can try to take a look at the chart, the hourly again, and maybe we're just ranging. We've got support maybe down here. I guess that's kind of what I was expecting for price to come back into here. So FOMC week, FOMC. Be careful. Can I get 100 likes? Can I get 11 more likes, guys? If you've joined us, you just sat down, you haven't hit that like button, you'd hit that like. I'd really appreciate it. I can make Bear do some funny stuff if you hit that like button. Let me see what I can make him do. What can Bear do? There we go. This is boring. Boring trading. Boring. Just snoozing over here. Nothing going on. Nothing going on. Thanks, guys, for the likes. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Now we're in Fuego. Oh, I got to make this guy bigger. Ah! Let's see if I can make. Now we're on fire, boys. I need to get one of those Delgado or Elgato Stream Deck things, so I can just like hit my buttons to make me do to do things. That's what I need. Lots of stuff. Need things, stuff. Things, stuff. I don't need anything particularly. What I do need is an indoor soccer facility so I can go practice soccer. I also got to figure out where my kids can go practice soccer tonight. What a headache. I just took a big old sip of coffee right in the microphone. Sorry. Oh man. It's funny when you text someone and it's just like a yes or no answer. It's like something about work or something else. I'm trying to figure out where I can go practice tonight. So I'm texting the guy who's like in charge of our soccer club to see if there's any indoor options available. Sometimes we'll go practice like on basketball courts or something. We have no indoor soccer facility in where I live. And instead of just doing like a yes or a no reply, they've got to call you and like talk to you. And you're like, why do we have to talk for 20 minutes about this? This is a simple text issue. Hey Casper, what's up, man? I'm super happy you're here. Yeah, balling too hard. It's been crazy weather here. I'm in Missouri and it's just like crazy rain. Just raining. Well, again, guys, we're grinding to a halt here. I may just take my $80 and come back and take some look-sees. I've got the hourly chart. I just keep looking at this hourly chart. It's just so weird to me how this is shaping up. We got some resistance up here. You could try to short it right here, I guess, and try to get a scalp. I don't really need to scalp it for $100. I would be, the way that I trade, I'd be looking to buy it at 92 as we break out of this. We've had 1, 2, 3. Now we're at the fourth touch of this. That if this breaks, you would expect it then to make another run up to the upside. We're above now the 20 SMA on the hourly. We're above VWAP. This is actually a trade I saw yesterday. Very similar trade to yesterday on it. It just ripped up to a scalp there for $5. Woo-wee! I'm getting me a coffee. I was trying to get out there closer to 02. I mean, I just got to scalp it. I have no drawdown. I have no ability to take a drawdown on it. So you're going to see me getting in and out really quick on hotkeys. This is how you take a loss when you're sitting here forcing trades. So I'm probably gonna call it a day on that, guys. If this looks like a buy to me, to be honest, and it did something like this yesterday where we broke out to the upside, we ripped up like 15 points. It looks like it's coming up doing that same exact thing. Feel like I can feel myself forcing a trade. This was kind of a force here. This was actually a decent trade. We break out to the upside. We have this pullback, nice bullish candle on the 500 volume. And you could buy the break of the previous candle's high. So you buy up at 95. You could probably take it up to 20. See this band opening up here. But we get this bearish candle. You might be closing out on that. It's just a scalp. I mean, is it worth me right now? Going red after yesterday? Probably not. I'll probably try to hold on to this account for a little bit longer, until something really sets up nicely. I just don't see the setup today. So that's the way it goes, guys. Not every day is going to be a grand slam. Not every day is going to be a home run. Some days are just little bunts. This is not even a base hit. This is a bunt. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna jump off this thing. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Thank you for all the likes. Yeah, you're probably better off going to play golf today. I'm gonna go work on some other things. I'm gonna email Nico. Nico wants to help build the channel, which is awesome. So I'm gonna email him, see if we can't try to build a community, keep building it. Thank you for joining. I will trade tomorrow. I will be back on tomorrow. We'll do the technical analysis. We'll talk about FOMC, what's to be expected, and just do our normal pre-market stuff, and maybe take a scalp on the open. But do not expect fireworks tomorrow. But we'll talk about FOMC and what we see going on in the market, and we may even look at some levels that if they break key support and resistance levels that you could trade possibly around FOMC, but FOMC is so difficult to trade. Not difficult, it's just so risky to trade, and it's not worth the risk. Not worth the risk to trade FOMC. So I will have to take a trade tomorrow for this account. Speaking of that, I have to take a trade on my 50K account and I think today is my last day trading that. So I think next week we'll be trading that 50K funded account. So that'll be cool. I said yesterday on the live stream, I think I'm going to try to do these evaluation accounts on the live stream, mainly to limit my own personal financial risk. Trading live streaming is very difficult. And if you've seen any of the live streamers, the stress that can come from trading by itself, just on your own, is one thing. When you've got 100 people watching you trade, and it feels like all those negative voices that are like in your head. When you're trading and you're like, man, that was a dumb trade. Why are you in that? Oh, you need to cut it. We're all everybody here is super positive. I would say 99.9% of the people that are in this chat are super positive, and I don't get any of that stuff. But you still hear those negative thoughts, and you feel like other people are thinking those things as well. So it does affect your trading a little bit. You want to come out here, and if you're going to live stream and put yourself out there, you want positive results too. Even though trading is not always positive, obviously. Yesterday was a case in point. Even though last week was pretty good, yesterday was a case in point of where it can really get against you. And today, no follow through. We get on that breakout. Look at that. Now we're just failing down. So it's really choppy. I would, if you're up today, $300 on your evaluation, balling too hard, good job. Congrats. Keep going. You're doing way better than I am. This thing to me just looks scary. So a lot of chop going on. All right, guys, I'm going to be back tomorrow. We'll do the same technical analysis, pre-market stuff, look at anything that's going on in the news. We do have AMD reporting earnings after market today, so you can check that out. If you see a price really moving after hours, that's because AMD reported something. So anyways, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. If you don't mind giving it a like, if you haven't already, I'll leave it up for a couple more seconds so you guys can all give it a like, and I'd appreciate it. That's if you guys found any value in this at all. I'd appreciate that. Wiseman Fractal may be getting retired. It's just one more thing up on my thing. I think it's probably okay. I can't have one more indicator up here. It'll get off my screen, yo. Wiseman Fractal. I'll keep you in my back pocket, Wiseman. I like Bill Williams. He comes out with some pretty good indicators. I like the Williams percent range. Now it looks like we're dropping. Look at this thing. We're dropping. Oh, when I take the indicator off, my whole thing freezes up for a second. All right, guys. Thanks for those 2 extra likes. I appreciate it. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Take it easy. Bye.